So now I've got some new posts to load. This is the folder where I load my posts from, where I've got the post set to load from. I've deleted all the other posts from this folder that we've already loaded, and we've got 10 unique posts to load here. And I've chosen these from October of 2020. And when I picked these posts for this demonstration, by the way, for the purposes of this video, what the hell? There's something bizarre on my screen over here. What is this? Something extraordinarily bizarre on my screen. The criteria I use in choosing these is I try to choose the ones that are smaller. So you see, this is 1600 kilobytes. Okay, I've got some posts that are 50 or 80 megabytes or 30 megabytes, and they're harder to load. It would take more time to load these just because they're bigger. And then I've deliberately the other criteria is I've selected them based on the time that they were that I obtained these posts. And I've deliberately selected those. The first set I got from around July of 2020. Some of the smaller sized posts then, from the smaller sized posts from July 2020, around the time that I first started collecting posts with my automated post collector. That actually, it was before July. I've been collecting posts I collected a bunch of posts. I'm starting around April, May, sometime around there of 2020, and I was using a different process. And when I got the Win Automation software, I pulled all the same posts again, if I remember right. But the point is these posts from July, they are before this wrench was thrown in my system with Facebook's new profile link naming convention. So I picked those from July, and now these posts here, I'll be able to show you the wrench that gets thrown into the system after I load these. And so I'm going to load these. I'll have to do this 4 times. And that error it gave us in the last one, that wasn't an error in my programming script. It's my computer being too fast. But my thing is, my programming script is set to catch duplicate profile post IDs. And that's why, by the way, that's why it made that error. That error on the last one was because it was saying that I tried to load the same post ID twice, but I didn't. Okay, now why is this? And what we're going to do too, by the way, I've decided these 10 posts here, we're going to manually audit every one of these after I show you. Okay, now we've got 4. Why is it? Okay, then I see that. I see what's loading 4. Okay, so it's loading 4 at a time. Actually, that's loading 3. Let's see here. We were at 14 before. See if this loads. 17. I loaded 3. This post ID is here. Gotta move this post ID parameter. We're just printing out the post ID down here to where it's only loading 3. Okay, I just did something on the other screen. And all we're doing here, I'm sorry if I'm confusing you, all we're doing is loading these posts. Every time I run this script, it loads 3 posts. Okay, and so see there, I was ran it and then load 3 more. That's at 20. Now we've got to do it 2 more times. This will be 9 posts from our new folder that we've loaded. Okay, and then one more. We got 1 more post to load. Actually, we do not. Why is it not? I thought I had 10 posts in this folder. Why is it only loading? Okay, did I leave one? Maybe I left one from the last time. I don't know. But here's the point. We're going to go. We got our new post, and we're going to see we've got some new user IDs. Okay, and these user IDs are a pain in my neck, and I'll show you why. So here we got user ID. $46,837. Okay, let's just try this. Actually, I'm going to start a new file. Okay, so here we've got Erica Wheaton. Now, what you'll notice here is this profile link doesn't look the same. Okay, what you'll also notice is that I've got to trim this trailing forward slash off of this profile link. I did that at a later time period, apparently. But if we go back here, let's go to master users. Actually, let's do this. Actually, let's remember that 46837. Actually, I'll copy this profile link before I do this. Okay, and so here I want to type this here, put it in the comments. Here, there's delineated comment by using those asterisks and slashes. Here's what the profile link looked like. Okay, the guy, the person that it's had. Now you'll notice the rest of these don't look like this. So when I pick this one right here, you will notice that this just has the person's name. So what happens is sometime between August, September, October, sometime in August, September, October of 2020, Facebook changes its game. In the HTML files for the groups, both if you get a members list, like I showed you the PTSD group members list, if you get a members list like that, or if you load members from a Facebook post, okay, so I'm going to post like this, and I'm loading someone, the profile link that is embedded in the HTML is no longer the person's main profile link. It will be a link that is specific to that group. Okay, and so for instance, this one right here that I picked up on my user ID 46837, that user, I'll go to this right here, go to this group link, say this person's still a member. Okay, this page is not available. Okay, and this is because this person is a scammer. Let's go back here to master users, and we'll get some more of these group link formatted links. Okay, here's one. I think this person. Let's try this. Erica Wheaton. Let's try this one. I'm trying to find one where we've got a user that actually exists. Okay, this page isn't available. See if I can find some of these people. So we've got these people here. We've got more than one, and let's actually sort these. Okay. Let's see if this happens to be one of these. What I'm trying to do, let's see if this will let me. I can't remember if this will let me not group by username. I don't think it will. Here. You see these people, a lot of these people have either deleted their profile or they've blocked me because they're scammers. Okay, let's see here, who do we have that's got a duplicate name that's passed? Let's see the user ID. With this, I'm not too good with this. Let's see if we can find some of these here. This is not doing it. It's taking longer than I expected. Okay, and I've got a blank user here. 40. I thought we had 46,717. Was where we ended up at. Here, what I want to do, I'm sorry about this, I didn't expect this taking this long. Is I want to go back to, let's see here, what am I going to do here? Back to this database, and I was going to show you this for the sake of time, but it's going to take me forever to find some of these that are duplicates. Okay, so here we have Kenzie. Let's see if this person's still in here. Why is this page broken? Okay, let me. Everybody needs to log into Facebook here. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this from my page here and see if this will work. Okay, so it wasn't working out. Okay, so we got Kenzie Land Rhodes. Okay, you'll notice here, this is Kenzie Land's group link. And then here's her profile link. Okay, to go back to the point that I was making, that I'm actually taking forever to make, is that what this creates a problem where I start to have duplicate users in the users table. Remember that when we started, we had one record for every user. What happens is these people down here have more than one profile link. Okay, so if I load their posts, their Facebook posts, from July or early August of 2020, it's going to load a profile link that looks like this. Okay, one of these profile links. It just has their main profile link. Okay, but then if I load for the same user, I load a post. It's got this same user in October of 2020, just whoever it happens to be. Okay, now the profile link is not going to be this profile link. It's going to be one that looks like this. What's going to happen is my database is going to go and check, and my programming goes and checks. It says, let's look in the master users table. Do we have a user for this profile link right here? Okay, now in fact, we do have a user for this profile link. Whoever it is, say it's this person right here. Because they've already been entered into the database, but my computer is too stupid to know that. All my computer can do is follow my programming and compare this profile link to this one, and it's going to say, no, we don't have them. Okay, so if an individual member is a member of several different groups, I've got 6 groups total. I've got 4 groups that I'm analyzing here. And of course, I've got 6 groups in the master users table. We can have to 6 copies, 6 or 7 copies of the same user in the master users table. So when I first load the master users table, it's going to load their main profile link that just has this. It just has the person and their name with some text or PHP profile ID, whatever it has. So they're going to be in there once. Okay, and then they're going to have a unique group link for all 6 groups. Okay. And so actually, now that I say that, because I'm only doing analysis on 4 groups, they'll be in there a maximum of 5 times. So they're in there once when I first load the table, and then they're going to have an individual group link for all 4 groups that I analyze. And so now we're going to have duplicate users. And that's why I had to create this alt profile link column and this alt user ID column. And I eventually had to create a table called master users alt, where I reorganized my users to have one unique user for one profile link. And what I had to do is I had to do this programmatically, is after all my posts, after everything was loaded, so let me go back to my Facebook site too here. I'll go to this site. This is what it ends up looking at, master users. I've got their alt profile link over here. was it that I did this? And some of these people, I didn't have anything. I'm trying to remember how I did this. Okay, and then something very strange has happened here. I'm trying to remember what the hell happened here when I was doing this, because now these alt profile links are all the same. But what I had to do is I had, like I showed you on my other videos, I had to go and get the unique profile links for these people. Is what I had to do based on these group links. And then okay, wait a minute. This is, yeah, I'm going to master users alt. I had to go and search for all these unique profile links, and I had to assign the users an alt user ID. So we went from having a unique user ID for every user to having a unique alt user ID. And you can see on these, some of these are the same. But if I go here to user ID, we will see here actually, let's find one. I'm trying to find one here where we got multiple user IDs for the same alt user ID. Okay, so like right here, okay, we've got this person's got, we've got 2 entries for this person because they've got 2 group links. Okay, and so what I've got to do, and I remember now, this is how this works. I remember now is that I have 2 entries for Jacob based on, I got one based on his group link and one based on his actual profile link. And what I do is I search for this and I assign an alt user ID for both of his user IDs. And what goes on the master users alt table that I created is this alt user ID and his main profile link. And you'll see here I've got an entry for each of these. I can't remember my exact process, but you'll see here we've got an actual profile link that goes there. So if I go to select from master users alt, where alt user ID equals, and I will have Jacob and I'll have his profile link. Okay. Then if I go to group members alt, I'll have Jacob for probably one group. And I created a group members alt table too. So I start with group members and master users, and I got a master users. And a group members alt. And you will see here, here's Jacob. His alt user ID is 3519. He's a member of group 6. Here is his group formatted group link. Okay, and so I go back here, master users alt, go back here to show you one more time. We'll see that I've got his main profile link. And so what happens now is for every group that he's a member of, we reference him by this user ID. And every group that he's a member of, we put the group ID here and we put that individual group profile link. And so the group profile link goes on to the group members alt table. And this was an all. I can't believe how long I've spent on this, explaining this simple thing. But this is an explanation of the wrench that is thrown into my system, in my process, because of Facebook changing the format of their HTML and changing the way that they organize their groups and creating a unique group member, group link for each member of each group. That this messed up my process. And what I did is I went ahead and I did this exactly like I'm doing it, like I showed you here. I just load post and load post and load post and load post for however many users that I've got. And then once all of my posts are loaded, that is when I finalize my master users alt table. And there's a whole lot of work involved in that. I had to create several different tables to organize these group links and do different things over time. That these posts, that there's a massive amount of work in terms of getting join date strings, group links, profile links, all of this. It was absolute murder, and I worked on it for a long time. Okay, I mean a real long time I worked on it. To get the data to be as accurate as possible. And even on my master users alt table, there's some bugs there. I've got duplicates and stuff there. And of course, what I do is after, once I start my statistical analysis, and I create these tables for statistics, these find it here. Group 2 post, group 1 post, group comments, user stats, group 1 users, all this. I transfer. The first thing I do is I transfer the master users alt and the group members alt table. I transfer those over onto group 1, group 2, group 4, and group 6 tables. Okay, and so group 1 users will have all the users from group 1. Group 2 users will have all the users from group 2, even those that are duplicates. With group 1, and then we got group 4 and group 6 are the same. And then from those tables, I basically duplicated the group 1 users, group 2 users, group 4 users, group 6 users, and created a table called users stats, and I added a bunch of columns to keep track of all the metrics for the different users. And once I had gotten to that step, that's when I first noticed that I had some quirks in my master users alt table, and I'm not even sure if I even figured out where these quirks originated from, but I had some stuff to fix on my individual group users tables. And that's why I say, despite this is strange to me about that I have a blank user ID. Almost certainly that data has had to come from before I fixed the data of my group 2 users stats. But of course, and that was the only one I had. You notice there, I looked at all group 4, group 1, group 6, group 2. I had one user with a blank profile link that impacts nothing. But there are other quirks that I noticed that I had to fine-tune to remove people who were not, or to remove profiles, remove users' records, remove records for users and user stats for users who were, created based off of a blank profile link or something like this. And it's as you see here that there's a million things to keep up with all this data. From putting it on one table, aggregating it, transferring it to another, and then writing these programming scripts. Programming is pretty damn difficult, because the computer is real good at doing exactly what you tell it to do, and not much else. And when you don't tell it exactly what to do, exactly right, it's a real task. Organizing, analyzing, loading, aggregating all this data, all these activities I've undertaken, and keeping it accurate. And as you'll see, when we get, I'm going to have some videos for you. The person viewing this video will go fact check some of my statistics, tables, where we'll fact check my my data, and you'll see that my data is extraordinarily accurate. So in the next video, or the next two videos, we're going to go ahead and we're going to audit these 10 posts, as I promised. And part of the reason there is, as I know we had that one bug that I've known about that. That's nothing new to me. It doesn't happen much on the post that I showed you in the last video. And so we'll go and audit 10 and see how many of these 10 have any bugs at all.